Hello and welcome to Knit All the Yarn podcast. My name is Lisa and I live in Michigan with my husband and my two girls. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as 72 Stitches. And this is episode 117. I got a new mug today. Well, I've had it for a while, but I figure since summer sock camp's over with, we'll bring out a different mug and we'll talk about the day. It's not Scrappy Sunday, so live long and prosper. My gigantic Star Trek mug. I think this is like 20 ounces. That thing's gigantic. Today is September 4th, 2021, Saturday. As I said in my previous episode, my kids are at my in-laws, and we're picking them up tomorrow. So I'm recording today. This is a podcast about knitting, crocheting, sometimes cross-stitch, whatever crafty thing I'm up to. If you are new, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I will have all the show notes right down there in the down bar, whatever you want to call it. I'll have links to where you can find me, patterns, yarns, bags, all that good stuff right down there. And this episode is going to be a little wonky. I have been in a mood. It's been a rough week. And then I had a knitting fail. So now I feel like I killed my mojo, but I'm going to try to just move on. And I think I'll just cast on something bright and fun and move on. I'll talk about that later. I only have 2 finished objects and 2 whips. I need to cast something else on. Yeah. Excuse me. I feel like I'm losing my voice. And that's probably loud in the microphone. Sorry. Also, some more defeating news. This is probably going to be a bad episode. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to try to stay positive, but it's going to be kind of difficult. So, yesterday I found out that the Row 1 Minis subscription is increasing their price. So, I think I'm going to cancel. It went from $36 to $40. Shipping is still included, or it's still free shipping for US. But I've been kind of disappointed the past few months. I mean, I like the colors, but they've all been like autumn tonals, not tonals, just autumn and jewel tones. And they've all been 80-20 base. I want some neons. I want some pastels. I want some 75-25. I've just been disappointed, so I think I'm just going to cancel and move on with my life. So there's that. Kind of wish that people that already subscribed can stay at that price, but sounds like that's not happening. So it is what it is. $40 a month seems a lot, but I understand that they're hand wound, they're labeled. It's a lot of work, but oh well. All right, let's move on to some happy knitting. All right, let's see. Do we want to do... I'll show my finished objects, and then we'll do stats and summer sock camp stats. All right, let's show some pretty... Oh, I do love these. Oh, my. Look at these. Did I have... Yes, I had these cast on last time. I think I had this one. I started this one. I started these, I think, last Saturday, and I think I finished them, these were fast. Did I finish them Wednesday? Wednesday was the 1st. Was Wednesday the 1st? And this week has been all messed up. I'm pretty sure I finished these before the 1st, whenever day that was. So these are DK weight socks. I use Knitpicks Felici. This one is Dragonboat. And then this one is Fiesta. and I held them both with Knitpicks Stroll Dove Heather. So they're not matching, but I feel like they match. I was doing an experiment. I feel like if I did the cuff and Stroll, the cuff, heels, and toes in Stroll, then I probably would have had enough to do a Felici 2 pairs. Not 2 pairs. 2 socks out of 1 ball of Felici. That is what I'm trying to say. But I didn't want to risk it. I think I weighed it. I did not weigh it beforehand. My bad. But I weighed it afterwards. And I think there was like 24 grams left of each ball. So I probably could have done it, but I don't want to play yarn chicken. And I like to have leftovers for my blankets and my shawls. So I decided just to do mismatch pair. I do 48 stitches, 10 rows of 2x2 rib. I kind of base it off of Kay of the Crazy Sock Ladies DK weight sock pattern. I will link it down below. But I did an afterthought heel. I don't do heel flap and gusset. I like this heel and it fits me fine, so I am not in the mood to try a new pattern. Especially after my ordeal that happened this morning. Oh, and I used a US 3. Yes, I did finish these because I wanted to enter them for Stash Dash. So I did finish them before the 1st. I finished them the 31st, whatever day that was. And I finished this last night. Oh my word. So this is my double brim hat that I made off of the Sockhead slouch pattern. I just love that bullseye. So I used a US 2, which is a 3 millimeter. Yeah, I think it might be a 2.5, whatever the 3 millimeter is. And the inside brim is Lolo Did It Fulsome, because I wanted to save some yarn. I did not bring the extra cake with me, but I did weigh it. Again, I did not weigh it before I started. But I had 60 grams left. So I have enough to do Shorty Socks and put a square in my blanket. So I'm excited. So this is Nomadic Yarns Green Thumb. I think I had the inside brim done in like maybe a couple rows. So yeah, I knit all of that. So yep, I'm not putting it on because it's hot and I don't want to, I'm not in the mood. But yes, oh, I love it. And I've explained in my previous videos how I did the folded brim, so I don't want to go into that either. But that is all of my finished objects. This one did not count for Stash Dash. Stash Dash is done, so you won't hear me talking about it anymore. Oh, I'm trying to pick up my cup without spilling it. I forgot to say pumpkin spice creamer in there. Coffee with pumpkin spice creamer. Did I say that? Probably not. I'm all over the place today. All right, now we will do Stash Dash stats. I don't remember. I did not write down how much these were. I think it was 700 and something meters. But my total meters were 18,004. I thought that was hilarious. So I wrote down how much things I knit during Stash Dash. So I knit 21 pairs of socks, 4 shawls. Now, one of those was like almost done, but I started and completed 3 during Stash Dash. I made 2 cowls, 1 hat, and I finished my, what is it? Granny stripe blanket. So, yep, 18,004 meters. All right, so, and we will continue with Stash Dash. I have a little notebook where I've been keeping all of my stats for the many, many years. I guess this is my 3rd year doing it. So I thought I'd We'll just show you how much meters I have completed over the past couple years. So 2019 was my first year. I'm reading this backwards, so if I say something, you can see it the right way. So the first year, 2019, I did 10,399 meters. In 2020, I did 14,476 meters. And this year again, 2021, 18,004 meters. Did I read that right? See if I'm pretty good at reading backwards. That's a little fun fact about me. I can usually read backwards. So the reason why I think it's so high this time is because I finished that granny stripe blanket. So, but didn't hit 20,000, but I'm very happy with 18,000. That is very good. I will take it. All right, in summer sock camp, I did 20 pairs. I did them all magic loop. I think a lot of them were Shorty Socks. I think I did 3 DVD ones, and those were longer, but I think the rest of them were short socks. Pretty sure. And I used DVD yarn for the summer sock camp yarn for 2 of them, so I got bonus entry for those. So I believe I have 22 entries in the finish object magic loop cabin. So I really hope I win a prize. If I don't, it's fine. I believe I won a prize last year when it was like way, way smaller. This year it just like blew up. So there was a lot of people joining. So we will see if I win a prize. So that is all my stats. So no more stash dash, no more summer sock camp. Kind of sad. But that's okay. There's always next year. All right, let's move on to whips. Well, actually, first we're talking about my tale of woe. I got really excited to finish this hat so that I could start. There's a fuzz on there. So I could start a Musselburgh hat. I bought the pattern. I read it. I was a little hesitant about like gauge, but then I figured it out, and I think I'm like, okay, I'll be all right. I looked up some videos on how to cast on. I'm like, I can do that. Well, it did not work well. I don't know if it's just I'm not having a good week, and that just added to it. But, yeah. So I am not doing the Musselburgh hat. I could figure out the pinhole cast on, but trying to work from 8 stitches out is too fiddly. It's too fiddly on DPNs. I can't do it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not in the right headspace, but I don't feel the need to even try again. Maybe in the future. I wanted to join the Knit Along with the We Share Needles podcast, but it's just not happening. I can't do it. So yeah, that was my frustration this morning. I feel like I tried so many times. I watched different videos. I don't know, maybe it's just not for me. I think we're just going to leave it at that. I worked on it for about an hour and a half this morning, I think. And I'm like, this is not worth it. This is not worth my sanity. I will stick with my folded brim hats. I love these. They fit nice. I'm just going to stick with these. All right, now we'll go on to whips. Look at this bag. So it is September, and Denise from Earth Tones Girl is doing her Falling Leaves sock caligan, where you just knit. I think you can knit any kind of sock. DK, shorty, long sock, fingering weight sock, sports sock, whatever. I think it just has to be adult sock. Any weight, any pattern. It just has to be fall themed yarn. So And it could be Halloween too. And the first was also cast on Desert Vista Dye Works Day. So I'm going to put this in both of those knit-alongs. But I was like, oh, I need a fall bag. I don't think I have one. I have a Star Wars Halloween bag, and I'm like, nah. So I was digging through my bags, and I forgot that I bought this on clearance. She had a clearance sale sometime last year. And I'm like, oh, this is perfect. So this is Stitching the High Notes. All right, this is Desert Vista Dye Works Pumpkin Spice Zombie. Perfect for me. Pumpkin spice. Pumpkins on the bag. And this is all I have. I did not even touch these yesterday. Because I powered through that hat because I was so excited to cast on another one, but womp womp. Fail. So this is what I got done so far. These are going to be long socks. I do 2x2 rib for 12 rows, magic loop, 2.5 millimeter needles, which is a US 1.5, and a 32-inch cord. Yeah, I really like these. I didn't think it was interesting to see there's like a speckled that's like green, and then there's a speckled that's like this light purple, which I thought was interesting. I don't know what purple has to do with pumpkin spice, but maybe it's purple zombies. I don't know. But anyway, I love it. 64 stitches. These are counting my rows. 10 rows per marker. For my long socks, I usually do like 70 rows of leg. Maybe less than that. I don't know. We'll see. Pretty sure it's around 70. I like long legs. And that's all I got. This is just my first sock. I think I'm going to do the toe. This yarn came with this mini. So I think I'm going to do toes and heels in this color. That's interesting. It's like a speckled orangey. It feels like it's got purple in it, but I don't know. Maybe it's my lighting. Maybe it's like a really light tan, grayish tan. But that is my only sock whip. I think I'm going to cast on a new sock because I don't know. We'll see what happens today. I'm just feeling defeated. That's all. I'm just in a bad mood. I don't know. Maybe casting on a new sock's not a good idea. We'll see. We'll see. All right, my last whip. Last whip. Oh, my phone's ringing. I wonder if that's... We'll just keep moving on. I'm going to try to listen. I'm listening. Might have to go pick up my kids. My in-laws have cats. We used to have cats in our house, and I feel like a little after my cats passed away. One passed away. My last one passed away in 2020, February. My oldest, I feel like she's redeveloped allergies, or has developed allergies for cats and dogs. And they have 3 cats over there, and I feel like we're going to have to go pick them up because she didn't sleep well. And yeah. So that we'll just add that to the list of frustrating things, that she can't sleep over there. We've tried medicine, and it doesn't work. So I don't know. We'll see. Moving on, I think my husband's talking to my mother-in-law, and we're going to have to go pick him up today instead of tomorrow. All right. Okay, I probably should put this up. I'm sorry, guys. This is real life. This is how it is, I guess. I can't be all rainbows and unicorns, right? But look at this. Oh my, that looks awesome on the camera. So can you see that white stitch marker? Right there. That's where I was last week. So I did all of that. Oh, look at this thing. I gotta cover my face up so you can see it. So this is the Botanical Shawl by Stephen West. We'll do a close-up. I'm using Knitpicks Stroll Ash as my main color, and then I'm just using Knitpicks Felici scraps. So yes, my rows are getting longer now, so the stripes are, whoops, I bonked my glasses. So the stripes are getting very thin, which is okay. It's not horrible. But, yeah, I love it. Using US 5s. And I am doing the mystery knit along, but now I really don't know if that's a good idea. It's all right. We have a month. We have a month until the knit along. Things will get better, right? Oh, yeah. So this is what I got. I don't know what else to say. I'm doing here's the back. I'm doing the Weave and Steven method. Weave and Steven. And I did finish one gray ball right here. So I started a new green, a new gray. So from there is all one ball. So yeah, I feel like they're gonna, the Knitpicks Stroll, I have 4 of them. So I feel like they're gonna be, since the rows are getting longer, it's gonna be eating the yarn faster. But here we go. Yeah, I think I have, there's 24 row repeat. I don't want to give too much away, but I think I have to do it 5 more times. And then the border, we'll see how big it gets. I feel like I want to do like an extra 24 repeat, because I can do that if I want. It won't mess up the border in any way. We will see how I feel. So yeah, I really love this. It's getting to the point where it's kind of mindless. I still have to look at the pattern, but most of the rows are the same. It's just the end, the start and the end. You have to do different things. So that is my Stephen West shawl, using my scraps. So I did buy the yarn for the mystery knit along in October. I did buy the pattern. The yarn has not arrived yet, so I will show you next week. I think it was shipped. So yeah, I think it was shipped, and yeah. I've decided that I'm using Knitpicks Stroll to save a little bit of pennies. You have to get 5 skeins of fingering weight yarn, and that is a lot of money. So I decided to go the cheaper route, and we're going to use Knitpicks Stroll. I have used Knitpicks Felici for my Vertices Unite shawl, and it's holding up well. It's not pilling or anything at all. This is the first one I've used Stroll, so we will see. But I like it, and so I'm going to go the cheaper route this time. Maybe in the future I'll buy 5 skeins of yarn, but I don't have that kind of stash. If he ever comes out with like a 5 skein self-striping pattern, I am all in with my stash, but I just don't have a lot of tonals. And this one, it seems like you don't want to use speckles. You just want to use, it's like high contrast. So I'm excited. And I will, hopefully it will be here, and I will show you my color combinations. I'm going a little out there, so we'll see how it goes. All right. I don't know if I'm going to cast this on or not now, because we might have to go pick up my kids. Maybe I'll cast on tomorrow. But this, I think, is going to be my next cast on for Shorty Socks. This is Night Owl Fibers. This is Reading Rainbow. My friend got got this yarn and asked me to make her socks, and then I guess we're going to both do Shorty Socks. And I think I'm going to, she also sent this Knitpicks Stroll pucker. I think I'm going to do heels and toes in this color. So that's exciting. I need something bright. So, Shorty Socks cast on. I don't like doing this like future cast on because I always change my mind. But I need to finish these up for her Christmas present. So, gotta do that. And I will show, since I really don't have any acquisitions, I will show a gift, not a gift, an idea that I have done. This is probably my 3rd year doing it. I've heard other people doing this. It's not new, but I like to, after I knit a pair of socks, I usually wind off 5 grams and I put them in this big bag and use that for my Cozy Memories blanket. I just pick them out. So throughout the years, every time I finish a sock, I just put yarn in there and I put the yarn in there. I have been using some of it, but then I have my kids go through that bag and put the 5-gram minis in little bags and make a advent calendar for me because I don't want to do it myself because it's not going to be a surprise. So it's in this classy, beat up Skechers box. I don't know why. I need to like wrap this in Christmas paper or something. It's the same box that I've used over the years. Classy. And this year I decided to purchase some reusable bags because I got tired of buying paper bags and just throwing them away. It seemed wasteful. So I bought these little bags on Amazon. And also, very classy, I took a Sharpie and just wrote the numbers on there. Now, I bought these muslin drawstring bags on Amazon. And if you do this, they are very, very thin. So I bought a set of 50 because that was the smallest quantity I could find in this size that I wanted. So I'm like, fine, I'll just have 25 extra bags, whatever. Well, I ended up using them. So I double bagged. I put 2 bags, or a bag inside of a bag. So I used up all 50 bags. And so I can't see. It was like too thin. I put a yarn in there. It's like, I can totally see through that. So we're not going to have that. So my kids made me an advent calendar. Yeah, it's very easy for them since they're already wound up. All they got to do is put them in the bag and cinch it up. That's it. So if you have little kids in your life or a willing husband or partner to do that for you, I highly recommend it because all of these yarns I have used in projects, socks or hats mostly. So it's very fun to go back and see if I can remember what the color name is. The colorway name is. All right, life stuff. This is going to be a shorter episode because I'm not in the mood and now I feel like we have to go pick up my kids a day early and I lost a whole knitting day today. We'll see. Life stuff. Actually, reading and watching. Reading has been awful this week. I haven't read anything. I take that back. I finished The Gathering Blue. That is the 2nd book in the Giver series. So I finished that book and that's it. I know I was going to start The Madness of Crowds, the new book by Louise Penny. I downloaded it. I didn't even start it. I did download The Messenger, which is the 3rd book in the Giver series, but I haven't started it yet. So reading has been bad this week. I haven't done it. I just haven't been in the mood. We finished Lovecraft Country. I do not recommend that show. I don't like it. It's way too gory. No, read the book. The book is so much better. Do not watch the show. We're still watching The Witcher. That is a little better. It's still gory, but hear my husband sneezing. I don't know if you guys can hear that. I like The Witcher. There's a little more humor in it. I like the Witcher character. Still gory, but it doesn't seem as bad as the Lovecraft Country was. We also started Halt and Catch Fire. Season 4. That is the last season. We just watched the first episode. So, yeah. That's my reading and watching. Life stuff, real fast. Since I've already told some of my life stuff through this episode, I've just had a really bad week. Felt like I haven't did anything, but I have. I feel like I killed my mojo just a little bit. So I don't know, we'll just do it slow. We'll just knit a little bit. Maybe I'll work on a sock or something. Or my shawl, I don't know, something that I'm more comfortable with. This was the last week of summer vacation for my kids. They start school on Tuesday. And, oh man, I always feel, I'm sure a lot of people feel this way. I don't know if it's like the blues, depressed, something like that. Something somewhere in there, just down in the dumps when my kids are about to start school, and when, like, the first day of school and, like, the last day of school, I just get so emotional, and I hate it. We had their open houses where they go and meet their teachers. And, yeah, that was a little rough. They both are they rearranged the school buildings this year. And so they're both going to a new building. The building that my youngest is going to school, that was her preschool building. So when I went back in there, I'm like, oh my, that really hurt. I was talking to my daughter. I'm like, do you remember coming here? I think she was like 4 when she did preschool. That was like 5 years ago. And oh man, it took me back to some memories. I wouldn't say, I guess they're fond memories, but some memories where my youngest, I took my oldest to preschool, and my youngest was not fully potty trained, so she could not go, and every time I dropped my oldest off, my youngest would scream bloody murder every day when we'd have to leave, because she wanted to stay and play. She thought that was the funnest thing ever, and I thought that would motivate her to start using the potty, but nope, it didn't. So a whole school year of that. So yeah, that's probably my worst memories. I laugh about it now, but during the moment, it was not funny. I'm sure all the moms have been out there, and I'm sure all of you understand about the being sad, depressed, the first day of school and the last day of school. And then the whole COVID thing on top of it is not helping the situation. Yeah. Last year, the first day of school was different because I had to figure out Zoom, and I was distracted by trying to learn stuff. But yeah, I got it the last day of school, for the last day of virtual school too, so I guess it doesn't matter if it's online or in person. So anyway, yeah, so they start school on Tuesday. I'm stressing out a little bit about it. It is what it is. I'll just try to move on. I'm going to rearrange myself. So yeah, I probably should end this and go see if I need to pick up my kids today. I figured since my mother-in-law did call, that means it did not go well and we need to go pick her up. So much for a relaxing, peaceful knitting weekend. Yeah. So my oldest is going to start riding the bus, so I'm nervous about that too. This is pretty much all of the schools are pretty close. Like pretty much walking distance from our house, except for 5th and 6th grade. That building is out in the boonies for some reason. So now she has to ride the bus, or we have to drive her, and my husband was not in for that, so I guess she has to ride the bus. I said, I'll do it. I'll drive and pick her up. He said, no. I'm like, okay. So she's riding the bus. So yeah, give me some good vibes, some good juju, because I've had a bad week, and it's all right. I can't have all good weeks. I feel like this week is going to be another bad week because it's the first week of school, and we're also, another small thing about scheduling. My oldest daughter starts school. Like, she's in the building, the bell rings, if they still do that, at 7:40 a.m. What? That is early. So that means we've all been trying to go to bed early. I mean, I usually go to bed around 10:30, 11. I don't stay up that late. But getting up at 6 a.m. is not pretty. It's not. And then here's the kicker. My oldest daughter doesn't start school until 9. I mean, my youngest daughter gets up at 6 anyway. Both of them. So they're fine. It doesn't bother them, but it bothers me because I need to... they usually get breakfast by themselves, but I need to make sure that they get there on time. So yeah. So I've been trying to go to bed at like 10. Well, that didn't work. I went to bed at 10, and then I just got sucked into my book, and I went to bed at 11. So that's another thing we're trying out. New schedule. Also, today was the day that my couch and recliner was supposed to be delivered, but that got pushed back. Thanks, Corona. So now it's going to be delivered October 1st. I hope it doesn't get pushed back again, but I feel like it's gonna. Oh, I just want my knitting chair. All right, we're going to end this here. I'm sorry for the Debbie Downer. I probably should have stopped this and tried to record tomorrow, but it is what it is. I tried my best. It's better than nothing, right? So, yes, again, I am sorry for the downer episode. Send all the good vibes, and hopefully next week will be a little better. I don't know. With school starting, I don't think it's going to be. I'm going to be stressed out. I'm going to be stressed out for a while. All right. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, good vibes, good juju, send it down there. I would love to read that. Yeah. I guess that's it. Hopefully I will see you next week.